I always knew the answer to everything is raw action. My dad had a tweet about this. He said that raw action solves all. You just have to say, well, I have to do something. Raw action solves. You have to do something. I can't just sit still and die. I knew I wouldn't stay poor. Did I ever think I'd get this rich? No, but it's amazing how the compounding interest of just endless raw action adds up. I've never skipped work, never had a day off. There's never been a day where I wasn't doing what I was supposed to do. In my 20s, I spent maybe 10,000 hours in the gym training. You're the same age as me. What did you do with those 10,000 hours? Watch TV, go out, sit around, nap? Dunno. So if you're 16, you need to be using every single waking minute towards things you're going to remember. You're going to remember training. You're going to remember working hard. You're going to remember trying to make money. Time is the ultimate currency. Time is money. You can turn it into anything. You can turn it into muscles if you go to the gym. But people have all this time and they just mush around with it. And then they're like, oh, I don't know why. I'm failing. I wish I was successful. People often say to me, oh, but Tate, you're lucky. You're a kickboxer and you were talented. Yeah, I was talented, but I didn't find out I was talented until I was disciplined. If I wasn't disciplined enough to train, I would have never seen my talent. You don't get to discover anything about who you are as an individual, your spirit, your soul, what you're made of. Without discipline, you can't even discover anything. You know, there's a whole bunch of people out there that might be the best pianist in the world, but they've never had the discipline to learn piano. So nobody knows. Discipline teaches you all about yourself. It teaches you what you really have. I make millions and millions of dollars and people look at me and go, oh, but how? And I'm like, what do you mean how? Do the right things every day like you're supposed to, on time, every day, and life usually comes together. I really believe that. If you're disciplined and you have willpower, that can be applied to absolutely anything. I had willpower when I was kickboxing to make sure I trained as hard as humanly possible to become a 4-time world champion. I had willpower when I was playing chess. I had willpower when I had a house full of 75 women, when I refused to sleep with them and kept my mind focused on the money. So it's all about self-control and self-discipline and making sure that you are the center of your own universe. And a lot of people agree with this and a lot of people say this, but it's very rare to meet someone who's serious about it. If you're truly serious about brute willpower, you can achieve anything. Discipline isn't taught. And we also live in a world where everything and everybody is vying for our attention. Most people don't realize how bad their attention span is or how much discipline they lack until they really start to suffer from it. As a man, if you don't have the ability to knuckle down and focus on something for a long time, life's going to punish you. And the reality of mastery and the reality of success is that it's not really a glamorous story. Like, how do you become the best boxer in the world? You do the same thing over and over for 15 years. Like, it's boring. That's what discipline is. So the idea that a lot of people want to be constantly entertained, people want to be constantly motivated, that's why you need discipline. I train every single day and I'm never motivated, but it's something that has to be done. So the idea of entertainment, the idea of motivation, these things are completely detrimental to discipline. I don't care if you feel like doing X. You must do X or you will stay a loser.
Because listen to me, the price you pay for losing here is too extreme. You have to carry the burden of failure the rest of your life. You need to sell out, you need to get obsessed, you gotta get relentless, you gotta be a road dog. You gotta get intense. You gotta put your head down for a 4 to 6 year window like the best you ever had. You gotta know you're gonna win. Don't give in to lack of belief, lack of confidence. You were made to do something great. You're special. I knew someone was better than me. There's more talented people than me. But like my dad said, the best ability is availability. You might outwork me for 30 days or 60 days or 90 days, but you ain't gonna beat me over a year. I'm gonna get you eventually. I'm a dripping damn faucet. I just keep coming at you. You might think I'm knocked out, I just keep coming. I'm too damn tough to give up.
There were times that I doubted myself. I said, God, why is this happening to me? No one could have convinced me by holding on, by continuing to push forward, that one day I would have my own talk show. It's a long shot, ladies and gentlemen, from Liberty City, an abandoned building on a floor. No college training, labeled educable, mentally retarded. But I kept running toward my dream. Don't stop. Don't stop.
Don't give in to the fears. Don't give in to the setbacks. You're gonna have failure. It's part of the game. You gotta rise up. You gotta make your dreams a reality and live a damn masterpiece. You want a life that feels like it's flying by. You want a life like I have right now where I go, can I just press pause? But I don't really want to press pause because I know it can get better.
For some reason, you're at home, you're insignificant. And it bothers me that you're at home and you're such an insignificant loser when you could be something so great. You should know better. I know most of you struggle with the basic tenet of dedication and concentration. Your mind has been assassinated by the algorithms. You sit there, TikTok, TikTok, TikTok. I'm motivated, I want to be better. Okay, you have to do this, it's really hard. TikTok. You have TikTok mind. Your mind has been fried like a fried egg.
You gotta quit playing around. Time's running out on you. You have to resolve yourself today that you're going to win in business, that you're not average and ordinary. There has to become a point where you make a decision. We're gonna dominate. We're here to win. We are not here to play. I'm where I'm at because I just flat decided I'm gonna be a player. I'm not special. I come from a dysfunctional family, but I decided at some point I get to choose who I am. I write these chapters. Me and God write these chapters. You got to look at how much you're working. You got to work at the effort you're making. You think it's easy to go make hundreds of millions of dollars? What a joke someone's convincing you of that.
You don't need rest. What you need is fucking work. You need it more than ever. You need it right now.
The bigger your dream is, I want you to understand the harder the grind. What I am telling you is that if you're willing to go beast mode, you can have whatever you want. I'm a living example. Start from nothing. You know the story. Mom was a teenage mom. Start with nothing. Grandma had 14 kids. Mom got kicked out because she had me. Start with nothing. Start with nothing. Homeless. 12 years to get a 4-year degree from the university. If you are willing to grind. I just don't believe people who are naturally talented are better than me. I believe effort, and you've heard me say it. Your mama might come from privilege. You might have a father that can give you everything your little heart desires, but you will not outwork me. And I need you to understand that the bigger your dream is, the earlier you're going to have to get up. The more effort you're going to have to put in. And for those of you who raise your hand and put up 70%, you'll never see it. That's just enough for that other person to outdo you. I want you to know when you dream your dream that there are other people who are dreaming the exact same dream. And now I ask you this question: what do you do when 1,000 other people want exactly what you want? You have to outwork them. You got to get up earlier. You got to stay up later. You've got to execute, and you've got to go from 70 to 120. That's why I need you to understand something. You can have it if you want it, but the bigger the dream, guys, the harder the grind.
If you find a man who's obsessed with work, I have things I need to do, and I feel satisfied inside when I do them. I feel happy when they are done. That is my fun. Call me boring. That's what I enjoy. And truthfully, as a person, you're happier that way. That's why I quit drinking. People think I quit drinking because I reverted to Islam. That's not why. I should quit drinking 2 months before that. I stopped because I thought, will it be fun to have less fun? Let me try for 6 months to give up all fun and just be boring. And then I learned some very interesting things during that time. Being exceptionally regimented is fun. I enjoy it just as much. So now I'm sitting there going, well, I enjoy it just as much, and I'm not damaging my health, and I'm making more money. So it really, truly ruins my day when a beautiful girl's like, can I see you? It's like, oh, I've got work to do. I don't want to talk to you and have fun and party. I don't want to do any of that. I want to do emails. That's my fun now, regiment. And by the end of the 6 months, I was having so much fun being boring. I am 0% tempted to drink ever again. I'm 0% tempted by fun. I don't want to go to clubs. I don't want to go to some party. I'm not interested in seeing anything. I've seen it all anyway. I've been everywhere. Like, who cares? I want to run my empire, and I want to spend time with people I love, and that's it.
It takes discipline to change a habit, because habits are formed a little bit each day, every day, every day. Once habits are formed, they act like a giant cable. They act like a nearly unbreakable instinct that only long-term disciplined activity can change. We must unweave every strand of the cable of habits slowly and methodically until the cable that once held us in bondage becomes nothing more than scattered strands of wire. It takes the consistent application of a new discipline, a more desirable one to overcome one which is less desirable. It takes discipline to plan. It takes discipline to execute our plan. It takes discipline to look with full objectivity at the results of our applied plan. And it takes discipline to change either our plan or our method of executing that plan if the results are poor. It takes discipline to be firm when the world throws opinions at our feet. It takes discipline to ponder the value of someone else's opinion when our pride and our arrogance leads us to believe that we are the only ones with the answers. Discipline is a constant human awareness of the need for action and a conscious act by us to implement that action. If our awareness and our implementations occur at the same time, then we begin a valued sequence of disciplined activity. If there's considerable time that passes between the moment of awareness and the time of our implementation, then that is called procrastination. Doing it tomorrow instead of today. The voice within us says, get it done. Discipline then says, do it now. Do it to the best of your ability, today, tomorrow, and always, until finally, the worthy deed becomes instinctive. Procrastination also says, do what is necessary to get by or to impress others. Do what you can, but not what you must. In every circumstance we face, we are constantly presented with these two choices. Do it now or do it later. Discipline and procrastination. A choice between a disciplined existence bearing the fruit of achievement and contentment or procrastination. The easy life for which the future will bear no fruit, only the bare branches of mediocrity. The rewards of a disciplined life are great, but they're often delayed until some time in the future. The rewards for the lack of discipline are immediate, but they are minor in comparison to the immeasurable rewards of consistent self-discipline.